This Week in Gaming. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has taken up a collaboration with New Genes, which we found interesting. Until the next update, recently transformed school locations found around the maps will feature rainbow color palettes and truck stages with interactable elements like music videos and emotes. There will also be similarly themed music stores featuring jukeboxes with the band's music inside. There are buses, billboards, bunnies, and even New Genes themed special crafting. All this will be available until July 15th on PC and the 23rd on consoles. Bungie seems to have shaped their latest DLC into something its players are actually really enjoying. Critics and players are praising the Final Shape DLC, saying it feels like a return to something substantial that includes not only new story content that feels thrilling, but also with gameplay that is fresh and familiar, but in the best of ways. The latest DLC adds a new prismatic subclass and an all-new enemy faction, which seems to be adding some much-needed variety, as well as adding a new raid that players are saying is both brutal and epic. I, for one, am glad to see some quality content make its way to the game. Good work, Bungie. The Call of Duty community is abuzz following the latest Black Ops 6 showcase featuring a ton of new content and improved features, the highlights of which seem to be the return of the round-based zombies mode, as well as the new omnidirectional movement system. These features and improvements promise to bring Call of Duty not only back into the fun and familiar we're all used to, but also forward by bringing the game's new ways players can move around the maps. There are also hints at a continuation of the popular Warzone mode. There was some initial concern over the reported 300 GB installation requirements, but after the realization that this number is due to the Call of Duty hub launcher they switched to some time ago includes not only the new game but the previous ones as well, concerns have been put to rest. I might actually give Black Ops 6 a try. After an initially rough launch, Halo Infinite finally feels like something worth playing. Although it took some time and the game was ultimately less than what we were initially hoping for, 343 Industries has finally breathed a little bit of life into the franchise by adding a ton of popular game modes to multiplayer that the player base has been asking for since launch. Not only that, but they've been updating the matchmaking system and the UI to hopefully make finding the ways you want to play much easier. The Forge mode is now robust and filled with hundreds of objects and ways to play that really make a map all your own, and as a result, the community content is flourishing. There are rumors that Microsoft is leasing out the Halo IP to other studios in order to bring more Halo experiences to us in the future. The latest rumor is surrounding a remake of Halo CE and the possible extension of the franchise into the PlayStation sphere. Nothing has been officially announced yet, however, and there are concerns about how the remake should be done if it's going to be done at all, with most people agreeing that it needs to remain faithful to what is already a masterpiece all on its own. Aside from that, players are still wondering if Project Tatanka being made by Activision is still in the works or really has been cancelled. Only time will tell. Helldivers 2 has taken the gaming community by storm with an amazing launch and continued updates, patch fixes, and improvements the whole way through. The devs have recently introduced a patch that includes over 100 fixes or improvements, buffs for stratagems, adjustments for weapons, and alterations to enemy spawning and behavior that players are saying feels great. All of this has been done in order to bring more viability to other styles of play, which is refreshing. Currently, the Major Order has players grappling with the choice of unlocking anti-tank mines or saving children in the galaxy. Many are simply not interested in unlocking the mines after the first game's iteration of them was basically worthless, and have taken to saving the children instead. And in fact, at the time of writing this, they have now completed the Major Order and have chosen to save the children instead. There curiously seems to be no reward for this. Meanwhile, the player base is also waiting for the reveal of the Illuminate, which many believe is right around the corner. Larian Studios continues to be phenomenal. They recently announced the upcoming Patch 7 for Baldur's Gate 3, which will not only add more evil endings, more content, and numerous bug fixes and improvements, but also reveals official mod tools, adding to the excitement for the future of the game. Larian Studios continues to remind us what gaming should be and what standards we should be pushing for when it comes to RPG games from other companies. Even though Larian Studios recently claimed it did not want to be a studio that set that kind of standard, its players and the community at large have had a taste of what truly great games can be, and they don't want to go back. Larian Studios is also currently busy on their next project, and if it's anything like Baldur's Gate 3, we can expect great things. The up-and-coming crowdfunded game Star Citizen has finally hit a point where updates are coming out at Mach speeds due to the near completion of the solo portion of the game, Squadron 42, and the majority of the team moving from developing there over to the live universe. Recently, the game has been updated to version 3.23.1, which has brought with it Alien Week until the 24th of June. The event offers specials on ships, skins, and players have the chance to try alien ships out in the game as well. There are codes to crack on the website and a culinary-themed community contest where participants have a chance to win incredible prizes. Version 3.23.1 brings deeper character customization, mini-maps, ship combat reworks, changes to the quantum travel system, updated flight mechanics, improved first-person combat, graphic options, and bug fixes to the game. The introduction of the new patch has also brought with it more bugs and glitches, as is usually the case, however, but the developers at Cloud Imperium are working hard to address them, as well as working on new cargo changes which promise to change the way cargo, loot, and inventory work in the game at its very core. Overall, the updates are exciting, and we look forward to seeing that sweet cargo update in the near future. Moving on to Nintendo. Starting out real easy, there is a new Switch system update, 18.1.0. It's now out and has the following updates. The option to post to Twitter when sharing from the album in the Nintendo Switch home menu has been removed. The ability to post Super Smash Bros. Ultimate screenshots from the album in the Nintendo Switch home menu to Smash World in the Nintendo Switch Online smart device app has been removed. The option to link to X, formerly Twitter, from Settings, User Settings, Posting to Social Media was removed. The option to link social media accounts from My Page, Friend Suggestions was removed. General system stability improvements to enhance the user's experience have also been made. More exciting, however, is that Nintendo has added 5 more Game Boy games that are now accessible for those who are a Nintendo Switch Online member. The new games are all from the Mega Man franchise, including Mega Man 2, 3, 4, 5, as well as Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, adding even more to the already extensive library of Game Boy, NES, Super NES, and N64 titles available. Japanese developer M2, known for its work on the Castlevania Advance Collection and The Legend of Mana, has stated that they would like to bring more of its games to the Switch. M2's CEO and founder has confirmed this and also stated, "There are so many things I want to do compared to what I can actually do," which likely means that Switch owners may have to make do without a few titles, despite M2's best efforts. Speaking of best efforts, the remastered Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door is dominating this week's charts. As of writing, the re-release has sold 168,000 copies since its launch, and people are curious if the Luigi's Mansion 2 HD release that is coming soon will knock Paper Mario down a notch. While we're on the subject of Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, early previews are stating that the port is more than a simple HD upgrade. It appears the devs have done a fantastic job of honoring the original interactive experience by updating more than just the graphics. While the graphical updates do vastly improve the gameplay with the likes of fancy lens flare effects and shadows, shiny floors, flickering lights, and all that good stuff, elements like hunting down treasures and sucking up every bit and bauble you can find feel and look a lot better, likely due to the adjustments that have been made to the controls, which bring them more in line with Luigi's Mansion 3 and the like. You can now switch between omnidirectional or horizontal controls for Luigi and adjust stick sensitivities should you need to, and the game also includes a gameplay guide that features handy videos should you need any coaching tips. We do lose the signature DS double screen, which isn't a surprise, but the replacement here is a personalized DS accompanied with a new map screen, a little mini-map in the top right corner during normal play, which is a fine alternative that feels clean and clear. You can also turn it off if you want. New leaked code names for upcoming projects are suggesting Turok, Tomb Raider, Doom, and more may be on their way soon. EpicDB, which is similar to SteamDB, is an unofficial database that provides all sorts of figures and information about games available in storefronts, and it appears too much information may have been put out. If you're a Nintendo fan, you may be interested to know that Turok from Saber Interactive was mentioned on this database, and it isn't clear whether it's alluding to an all-new Dino-themed game or a remaster of the originals, but a Switch release feels like a safe bet either way given the series' N64 origins. Last but not least, in what has been a mostly quiet week of Nintendo news, Nintendo has issued another slew of DMCA takedowns against mods hosted on the community site Game Banana. As member Waikuturu highlighted, more than 60 separate DMCA takedowns have been issued over just a few days, with 40 directed at them specifically, rendering their Game Banana profile empty of mod submissions. Some Zelda mods, including a randomizer for Tears of the Kingdom, alongside custom maps such as Long Lawn Ranch, Skyview Temple, and mods for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate have also been targeted. Visiting the page now shows a new message displayed within the Overview tab saying content that receives a verifiable DMCA takedown request must be removed from the site. Takedowns can be appealed via a support ticket. To view the contents of a takedown request, please contact the admin that carried out the takedown. Waikuduru has expressed interest in issuing a counter notice citing some doubt as to the authenticity of the takedowns, and in the meantime, the members' mods have been uploaded to Mega. PlayStation. We do have some updates for you guys on the Sony side of things. The latest game catalog brings a ton of playable games to the roster slated for June 18th. The games include Monster Hunter Rise, Football Manager 2024 console, Crusader Kings 3, Monster Energy Supercross, After Us, Anno 1800, Police Simulator, Far Cry 4, Lego The Hobbit, Lego The Incredibles, Lego Star Wars 2, Kayak VR Mirage, Ghost Hunter, and Dax. Take down gigantic monsters, bring your smarts to the pitch or the medieval world, explore a surreal post-human world, and much more with June's PlayStation Plus premium lineup. The PlayStation 5's latest system update has also added Discord, voice chat, and other features like parental controls that allow child accounts to link to third-party services and apps like Apple Music, Spotify, as well as broadcast gameplay via YouTube and Twitch. The update will also include various UI, stability, and software improvements that include fixes for Pulse Elite devices and system performance. The PlayStation 2 is officially back, and fans are excited. Kind of. Sony revealed it would be bringing some PlayStation classics back for PlayStation Plus subscribers. This means that all members will be able to access PS2 titles on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, with each month offering some much-loved classics. June was no exception, with Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and Tomb Raider Legend being added to the service. PlayStation Stars is still missing in June 2024 after an error behind the scenes took the loyalty scheme offline entirely. This had PlayStation Stars subscribers worried that the points they might receive for purchasing games from the PS Store might not be counted once the service inevitably comes back online. According to PlayStation support, your PlayStation Star points will continue to track while the service is offline in June 2024. That means you can continue to rack up points for purchases on the PS Store at the very least. Wrapping it up here, Sony's Summer Game Fest sale is now live, taking up to 75% off select games. There are plenty of noteworthy discounts, including first-time sales on Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy Rebirth. Plus, if you're looking to spend a little less but play a little bit more, the Dead Space remake is now just $24, and the former Xbox exclusive Hi-Fi Rush is now at an all-time low price of $17. And that's all before I've mentioned the Doom Eternal is just $9, and Metro Exodus has been slashed to just $4. Xbox. The Xbox Showcase happened this week and showed off more than a few titles. Among the most notable, in our opinion, were Expedition 33, Doom Dark Ages, Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred DLC, Perfect Dark also made a return, Fable 4, and Gears of War E-Day. Expedition 33 seems to be a Souls-esque adventure, and players will lead the members of Expedition 33 on their quest to destroy the Paintress so that she can never paint death again. Explore a world of wonders inspired by Belle Interrupts France, and battle unique enemies in this turn-based RPG with real-time mechanics. While we watched, we found ourselves intrigued by it and couldn't help but mention it here. Could be fun. Doom Dark Ages looks like another iteration of our favorite hell-bashing Doomslayer set in a sort of medieval theme. Notable were the appearance of new weapons, a shield, a mace, or a flail, and possibly new and redone enemies, as well as some winged surprises. Definitely looking forward to this one. Diablo 4's Vessel of Hatred expansion will let us become the apex predator of the jungle as an all-new Spiritborn class. Expand your map to journey into the new region of Naantu and search for Neyrelle, who is both suffering the fate of her choice to imprison the primeval Mephisto and seeking a means to destroy him. Recruit mercenaries to aid you in combat, fight together in a new PvE co-op activity, and more. It showed off a new region and a continuation of the campaign and potentially new allies as well as enemies. The next installment of Fable got another trailer featuring a retired hero and a female protagonist. It was humorous enough in true Fable fashion, but lacked a lot of gameplay. It did allude to classic good or evil player choices making a return, and the cinematic reveal was overall fun to watch. It's about time we got another Fable. While many were expecting another advancement of the Gears of War story, we were instead treated to Gears of War E-Day. For those of you unaware, E-Day is also known as Emergence Day and is the start of the conflict between the Locust and the Cog, whereby 90% of humanity fell in less than 24 hours. The cinematic hit home for us after we saw Dom return as a young man helping a young Marcus to his feet after an altercation with a Locust fighter, another title we are curious about for sure. The Xbox June update is rolling out with updates to consoles, accessories, PC gaming, and cloud gaming. Before the rollout, you had to decide whether you wanted to enjoy that dynamic background versus rotating through all of the game art. Now you can mix and match, no need to compromise. You can find the new options under Settings, General, Personalization, My Background, Show Selected Game Art. Switching between Wi-Fi networks just got a whole lot easier for your Xbox. You can now remember up to 10 wireless networks that you've used before and hop on them without typing the passwords again. It's also easy to forget and disconnect from wireless networks you're done with. No need to remember the Wi-Fi from your trip unless you plan to go back. To check this out, go to Settings, General, Network Settings, Manage Wireless Networks, Manage My Networks. If you use the Xbox Adaptive Controller, you'll have expanded support for more connected USB accessories. This update will better support full functionality of some accessibility peripherals. Each port now supports up to 12 buttons, a second stick, and a hat switch. You'll also see improvements to wireless disconnects from the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 when a headset is attached to its 3.5mm audio port. Plus, you'll get some other bug fixes to make your gaming smoother. Grab this update from the Xbox Accessories app on the Xbox console or your Windows PC. The Game Pass tab will now display options to directly access all games from the Xbox Game Studios, EA Play, and Riot games that are available in the catalog. EA Play is included with both PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. They have also enhanced features to support players in managing their game data on Xbox Cloud Gaming. Now you can self-manage game data and cloud saves for titles that are played on a browser at xbox.com/play, from the Samsung Smart TV app, and on other supported cloud gaming devices. And finally available to all players comes mouse and keyboard support for cloud gaming on Edge and Chrome browsers, as well as the Xbox app on PC. Xbox has announced the following games arriving on Xbox Series X and S, One, and Windows, as well as Game Pass next week. Titles include Flock, Blood, The Elder Scrolls Gold Road Collection, Horror Tales: The Beggar, Still Wakes the Deep, Grand Prix Story, Glyphs of Gitxan, Trust No One, Ever After Falls, Primal Survivors, Windstorm, Block Tower TD, Faces of Illusion, Elden Ring, Shadows of the Erd Tree, Hole IO, Nightgast, Peta Crystal Caves, Pogo Stick Champion, and Times and Galaxy. For Indiana Jones fans out there, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle made a grand appearance at the Xbox Games Showcase 2024, showing off new gameplay, revealing new elements of the story, and treating us to an extended scene set in the Himalayas, as Indiana and new companion Gina attempt to recover a relic while avoiding the clutches of Colonel Victor Gantz. Fans of the series will be happy to know that Malik Prince got to talk more about the trailer and the wider game, and is quoted as saying, "We spent countless hours just rewatching the films, especially the two movies that are closest to the game, which are Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. In addition, we have one of the best resources through our partnership with Lucasfilms, and working together with them on this project has been invaluable. Just the cave of knowledge about this character, which has been fantastic. Here's hoping the game is faithful to the franchise and enjoyed by those looking forward to it." Last up for Xbox here, World War I, Isonzo, Italian Front, and the Callisto Protocol have been added to the Xbox Game Pass as of June 13th, and we are also seeing the return of Lollipop Chainsaw via remake this September. This remastered release of the 2012 Grasshopper title, often described as a cult classic, is being handled by Dragami Games and is being marketed as the definitive version of the game. That is going to cut it for our video today. If you liked this content, please let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to leave us a like. If you want to hear more news and stay up to date at the end of each week, please consider subscribing and do all the notification stuff so you can know when a new video gets released. Thanks for sticking around, and we hope to see you guys all again next week. Take it easy, guys, and good luck out there.